What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with part 5 of 6 of our Final Fantasy Play Booster Box opening. The way that we are doing this is we are opening a sealed pool per video. And so each Play Booster box will contain 5 sealed pools. Or 6 sealed pools. No, I guess I did it wrong. This is video 4 of 5, not 5 of 6. Anyway, math is hard. Moving on. We have pack number 1.
Okay.
It sure is. We have pack number 1, and we start with a Magic Damper. It's a good way to save a creature, huh? Cloudbound Moogle for some plains cycling. A Summon GF Ifrit. Not my favorite Saga creature, but it works. An Ahriman. This is a very good card. Balam T. Rexar. This is the Forest Cycler. So you have the Plain Cycler and the Forest Cycler so far. We have a Magic Pot. So if you care about artifacts. We have a White Auracite. I really like this card. And again, it's another artifact for the, typically the white-blue strategy is the one that cares about artifacts. But regardless, any deck that isn't like splashing white, I would put this in. With the double white, it would be a little bit more difficult to splash. This is an incredible card, so it gets in any, decent white deck. Speaking of a white deck, we have Judge Magister Gabranth as an Orzhov card, a white-black card, and our first uncommon. We have a Stolen Uniform as the second, and an Opera Love Song as the third.
Awesome.
You like that?
Just an old opera love song.
Very nice. Very nice. And that means behind our 3 uncommons, for those that are unfamiliar, since the beginning of the episode or video, I'll mention, after the 3 uncommons is another random card. It is either not either. It could be a mythic, a rare, just a regular uncommon. It could be a flip card, which is often an uncommon. But it is another uncommon in Poo Poo UFO. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the only or the first one of these we've gotten out of this whole box.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, here's Poo Poo UFO, which means our rare or mythic in this pack is a Tella Great Sage. That is very cool artwork.
Yes, it is.
Cares about non-creature spells. You can make heroes. 4 or more mana spent to cast that non-creature spell allows you to draw some cards. And if 8 or more mana was spent to cast it, sack them and they deal that much damage to each opponent, which is a lot. That's a lot of damage. So basically, I think if we have like 1 or 2 expensive spells, I would probably put this in. Something to keep an eye out for, I suppose. Behind Tella, our foil.
This guy's beard is pretty sick, too.
It's very nice, right?
Yeah. It's better than your beard.
Wow. To see my beard, I guess come join us on stream every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we play some MTG Arena.
That's definitely why they should come to see us.
Yeah.
It's for your beard.
Yeah, talk about my beard. That's fine. I don't care. We have a foil Lunar Whale, which is a foil rare.
Whoa.
Very nice.
That's an awesome foil.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like 50-50 on this card. I feel like it's okay, right? It's a 3/5 flyer, crew 1, but it's 4 mana. But if it attacked, you can play the top card of your library, and regardless, you can look at the top card of your library at any time. So there's ways of like making that work for you, right? Plus, it's a blue rare in foil in a pack where we just got a blue-red rare, so that's decent. Behind the Lunar Whale, our land is also in foil, and it is Gone, Town of Ruin, or Gone, Town of Ruin, with the black-green dual land.
That is just so beautiful.
Yeah. And then, ooh, I guess this is the alt art Sin Spira's Punishment. Is that right? Yeah, Sin Spira's Punishment in the alt art.
That's awesome.
It really is. See that? Wow. And that's the art card, obviously. Anyway, that was pack 1. If you're unfamiliar with how these videos work, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. If you opened this sealed pool, what kind of a deck would you make? Obviously, I'm going to be giving my opinions, but you know, again, if you come watch us on stream, you'll see that I am not perfect at deck making. I'm just not, but I do my best. We have Ice Magic. Now, notably, I believe this is something that would help us quite a bit with the mana cost. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, right, is what this says. So, notably, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you use Blizzaga on this Ice Magic, that's 8 mana. So, this is a very good spell to have with Tela in your deck.
Cool.
Agreed. We have a Dwarven Castle Guard. That makes a 1/1 hero when he dies.
He also has a great beard.
That's true. We have Thunder Magic. This would only be 7 mana, so it would still be 4 or more at the max. And in fact, even at Thundara, it would be 4 mana. So would still work well with Tela, although you couldn't get to the 8 mana with this, is more what I was pointing out. But Thunder Magic, a very good card, so I would absolutely play that. We have Resentful Revelation. Not bad at all. And notably, if cast from the graveyard, I mean, obviously Tela is 2 colors. This would be a 3rd color. But if cast from the graveyard for its flashback cost, that would count as 4 or more mana. Because it's 7. Blitzball Shot. A combat tutorial. I mean, it's card draw. It's not bad. And it puts a counter on something, too. Syncopate. Now, notably, Syncopate in the late game, Syncopate can be, X can be anything. So if X is 7 or more, that's 8 or more mana right there.
Yeah.
So, and then you could, don't forget, if you really needed an activation of Tela, Syncopate for X equals 7 on something that they could still pay for. Even if they pay for it, it still counts because it just makes them pay that mana. So the spell still activates and it still works for Tela type effects. We have a Shambling Scythe. Okay, not a bad one. And that's our first uncommon. We have a Chocobo Racetrack as the second. And a Quistis Trep as the third.
Whoa. I don't think I've seen this card before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like Quistis a lot. And because she is a blue mage, as we know through our playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII, feel free to go check it out over on Video Games for All. Link in the description down below, as well as Final Fantasy VII if you're interested. When we did our playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII, we learned that, you know, there are some items that you could pick up along the way that would let Quistis learn enemy attacks.
Yeah.
Right? Because she is the blue mage, and that's what blue mages do. So her ability, Blue Magic, lets you, it says you may cast target instant or sorcery from a graveyard. So that could be yours or your opponent's, and you can spend mana of any type to cast it.
Cool.
So, again, now you can steal spells from your opponent's graveyard as well.
Nice.
Very, very good. And that was all 3 uncommons, which means our next card is... Wow, it's an alt art common, Summon Chocomog.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a bad card at all. And the alt art is pretty cool looking, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
Right? Behind it, then, our rare or mythic is... Ooh, it's a mythic. You know, I talked about splashing black or maybe not being able to splash black. I mean, with Tela, the Lunar Whale, and Kefka, you could easily splash black. Although I'm looking at Gone here as our land that we had gotten, but that's black-green. Anyway, we could probably figure it out. But this is a Grixis mythic, black, blue, red, and we already have blue and red that we're like pretty seriously considering, at least I am. And so here is Kefka Court Mage that would make, when Kefka enters or attacks, each player discards a card that includes yourself. Then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. And then for 8 mana, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice, and you transform Kefka. And so Kefka transforms into Kefka, Ruler of Ruin.
Oh, shit.
An avatar wizard that is a 5/7. And whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, so that can be from combat damage, from burn damage, anything at all, you draw that many cards.
Oh my god. That card is so good.
It is very good. It's a mythic for a reason. Notably, because Sealed is a slower format and you need to get to 8 mana to be able to use Kefka, you could mill out. Or deck out, I should say.
Sure.
With drawing too many cards. So have that be something that you're aware of. Because especially with stuff like Combat Tutorial, like letting you draw extra cards and stuff, you could absolutely get to a point where you're like, well, I have 8 mana, but if I flip this thing over, I die. So anyway, be aware of that, because it says you draw that many cards, not you may draw that many cards. It is a requirement, and you would lose.
Yeah.
Or could lose. So anyway, but still, I would absolutely play this card. Don't get it twisted. And like I said, especially with Tela and the Lunar Whale as our only other rares right now, very, very nice. Behind it, our foil is a foil common in Blitzball. Well, we were looking for a way to cast or to splash black.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. But we found a way to splash black, and yeah, it looks so sick in foil. Oh my god. I love it, I love it, I love it. Then behind Blitzball, our land is a full art forest. Also very pretty.
Yes.
And a hero / treasure token.
Cool.
Okay, that's 2 packs down. Third to go, third of the way through this video. We have one more of these videos to go, so please make sure that if you don't want to miss out, that you make sure that you subscribe and ring that bell so that you will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out, including the next one next week where we open the last of this booster box and we see kind of overall what we get. We have a Chocobo Kick to start. Not a bad card at all. Dreams of Laguna. Perfectly decent spell, and when it comes back out of the graveyard, you cast it for 4. So it would be 4 or more mana for the purposes of Tela, but also it's just a great card. It would definitely get in kind of regardless. We have Paladin's Arms.
Cool.
I like that a lot. I mean, it doesn't get flying, even though it looks like it's getting wings.
Yeah.
Which is a little silly, but okay. I mean, maybe it's just
metaphorical wings.
Yeah, I mean, it gets Ward 1, so maybe that's what it's showing is just the protection that it affords it. Yeah. But also, it has a giant shield, so like that's the Ward 1, I assume. So like, I don't know what the like wing-looking things are supposed to be.
Maybe it's just like energy splashing out from the person.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because it could just be that, right?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a better thought than I had. So, actually, I really like this card. This is Sabo Tender. I mean, it should get in regardless. Obviously, we're not doing a, whatchamacallit, a landfall strategy, because that would be more green-red. But some red cards care about landfall, and honestly, if you can get this down early, turn 2 or soon thereafter, any land that you play incidentally will just get you to deal 1 damage to them, kind of pinging over time. And that's just great. That's a great card.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's got reach randomly for no reason. Like, I guess because it shoots those needles out because it's a cactus.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's fine.
It's a baby.
You think it's a baby?
Yeah, that's why it's a tender.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what's Sabo then? Well, whatever.
I don't know.
Me neither. I guess we'd have to play 11 to figure it out. Behind it, ooh, I love this card. Cornered by Black Mages. Now, this is double black. If we are only splashing, I think it would be a little tough to put this in, but I really like this card. So if we can do it, we should, especially because with Tela and cards like it, we want to be playing non-creature spells, and every non-creature spell that we play while we have one of these wizards in that this card makes, they get pinged for 1. So Sabo Tender type effects, wizard type effects, like that pings them down over time, and then you can play cards late game like Kefka, like the Lunar Whale, and just, take it home from there. So
cool.
Plus, this is a spell in and of itself. It only costs 3, notably, so it wouldn't work for Tela, but anything else that cares about non-creature spells in general would work with this card. And then again, any of your, then it makes the Black Mage that cares about more non-creature spells.
I love this art too.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Cornered by Black Mages, huh? all those little O1s cornering you, I guess, somehow.
Spooky. Scary, scary stuff.
I guess so. Behind it, we have a world map. If we really needed this to help us splash, we could play this card easily. Not bad at all. We have a Hilgigus. I would absolutely play this one. Any of the land cyclers in the colors that we are will be helpful. Notably before, in our first pack, we got the white and the green, unfortunately, which is the two colors that we wouldn't be in if we played Kefka. So, but Hilgigus being the mountain cycler is quite helpful. And then if it's late game and you want to just cast this for 6 mana and have a 5/4 trample haste, seems okay as well.
Yeah.
Behind Hilgigus is Relentless X ATM 092. This is a good one. A little expensive, so we would have to check our curve, right? Because Tela is 5 mana, Kefka is 5 mana, Hilgigus is 6, and this is 6. So, like, if that's our entire top end, maybe. But if we end up with any other high-end stuff, especially because we're trying to cast high-costed spells, non-creature spells, this probably doesn't make the cut, especially because it doesn't... Like, this is much more of an aggressive card, and that doesn't really go in this type of a deck. You want more defensive stuff. So, I don't know about this one. But obviously, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this? I know you like spiders, but this is a robot spider.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
Fair enough. Good to know.
It's stupid.
Do you care that it's got Selfie and Squall and Zell in it?
Yeah.
Okay. And it shows that it can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures, and there are the 3 creatures running away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, but that means that our next uncommon is Samurai's Katana. I mean, it gives the creature +2/+2 and trample and haste and makes it a samurai, and the equip cost is 5, it looks like. Again, I don't think this is the type of deck for this card, but it is a non-creature spell, notably. It's just only 3 mana, so.
I can't tell what I'm seeing in the picture.
The samurai has a mask on, so like this, like green or whatever you want to call it, is the hair.
Okay.
And then this is the mask, this like red with the like beige parts and the like, looks like tusks almost.
So it looks like it has like 1 eyeball.
Yeah, well, you might only be able to see the one eye because they're like kind of tilted towards the camera like that because they're like in attack stance or whatever.
Okay.
I think. I'll pass it to you after I pass it along because the next card is a Restoration Magic.
Nice.
So again, we're not playing this one, but it would cost 5 if we cast Curaga with it. So, but it's cool art. I actually really like this art a lot. You feel like it's all one color, right? Is that right? Or two samey, or do you like this art?
No, I love this art.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because it's primarily a shade of green that you never see in Magic art.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I agree. Next, and sorry, that's 3 uncommon. So our next card is another uncommon in Titus Blitzball Star. So it's part white. We probably wouldn't play it in this deck because we're almost certainly Grixis. But still, cool card, and it cares about artifacts because that's what the white-blue deck does. And again, very flavorful because we have Blitzball, which is an artifact, and he's the Blitzball Star. So, which means our rare or mythic is... Oh my god! Whoa, first of all, that's a major hit out of this box. Alt Art Sephiroth Fabled Soldier Mythic?
Yeah, that seems awesome.
And in a deck where we're trying to do Grixis? I mean...
Pretty sick.
Yeah, from a sealed pool standpoint, awesome. From a we opened a box and this is what we get standpoint, awesome. Spoilers, I guess, if you didn't watch the other video, but we got Yuna as well. Like, these are big hits from the set, like some of the most expensive cards in it. That is very, very nice to see. And it's the alt art with the 7 in the background and Roman numerals. Mm-hmm. So sick. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no complaints here.
I like that they chose this, like, blood red as the background, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good contrast, but also thematic.
Yeah, very appropriate.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that means that our foil, I assume, behind Sephiroth? Oh, wait, he flips. My bad. Of course he flips. He flips into Sephiroth One-Winged Angel.
I have to say, I do not like this art nearly as much.
As the original?
Yeah.
The regular? I have to say, I think this looks a lot like, I mean, the graphics were drastically different, but I feel like this looks a lot like what this version of Sephiroth looked like when he appeared on screen. He kind of floated down with his arms out like that.
Yeah.
And this looks a lot like that.
I feel like, if I'm remembering it correctly, that Sephiroth had like a zillion different forms or whatever.
Correct.
And I feel like this is actually a different form than the one that we see on the original art. Like, this one happened before the other one or something. Or he, like, the look of him here was more similar to one of his, like, earlier forms.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really remember, but I feel like the other one looked very accurate to me.
Okay. Fair enough. As always, with anything that we talk about today, folks, you're more than welcome to give us your thoughts in the comments down below.
Please do.
That's right. Behind Sephiroth, then, our foil is not as impactful, but still totally fine. We have a Galacat, a foil common with flying and vigilance. Actually, that foiling pattern is not bad. That background,
No, yeah, that's pretty.
really nice. And the, like, swoop of magic going around here. Very cool.
Love it.
Yeah, me too. Behind Galacat, our land is also in foil, and it is a Guadasalam Farplane Gateway.
Whoa.
I know you like this art, and now we have it in foil, too.
Yeah. This is really cool.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, right, it's another dual land with green in it. And so even though the black in Gone and the blue in this one would help us, the green does not. So just strictly worse than the basic land of the type that it would help us cast. Look, Amy.
I love this one.
I know you do. We were talking about this last week. This is Rabanaster, Royal City, the dual land, the red-white dual land, if I remember correctly, and it is an art card.
I love it.
So cool.
This art is so beautiful. We were talking about this last time because it's such a detailed piece of art.
I'll try to move closer.
It was originally, I imagine, very large. They really shrunk it down quite a bit to get it on Magic cards.
Sure.
So you don't see half of the detail.
Yeah.
But if you can look on Magic Arena and see it big like that on a big screen.
Yeah. It's their main
your
loading
TV
screen.
or your monitor or whatever of your PC, that will like blow your mind.
Yeah.
How much detail and just like gorgeous realism it has.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Yeah, and like you said, I totally agree. It's very small on the card, right? So it's a lot harder to see. All right, we are halfway through this opening, so 3 more packs to go, aka 1 more row of packs. And then the last 6 packs will be for the last video. This is a very good card. We have Suplex. Very nice, I'll take it. We have a Namazu Trader. Again, if we're not just splashing black, I would play this one for sure. It makes a treasure, which makes it very easy or helpful to try to play 3 colors. We have Prisha's Wanderings, which would help because you could get a basic, but we're not playing green, so. We have a Kikiran Merchant. Draw then discard, always helpful. Plus, it's a 1/4. I talked about wanting defensive creatures. And if you have towns, which we probably won't, because towns are supposed to be blue-green type strategies. If we had towns, it would make the second ability cheaper. And so if we have like an incidental town here and there, great. Because then we could possibly use this ability for cheaper, but also you'd have to sack this thing to draw some cards, and as we learned with Kefka, you might not want to be drawing too many cards.
Yeah.
Behind the Merchant is a Slash of Light, good removal spell, but not for this deck. Ooh, I see something back there. I'm going to try to hide it. Red Mage's Rapier, that is a great card for this deck.
Yeah.
It's a non-creature spell. It gives you benefits for casting non-creature spells, and you have another blocker, another creature.
Cool.
Really, really nice. Then we have an Iron Giant, a little expensive for this strategy, right? Not what this deck wants to be doing, but a cool card nonetheless.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, I kind of thought so. I kind of thought so.
This Oh my god. This is sick.
Golbez Clad in Darkness, a.k.a. Sir Conrad the Grim, which if you have not played with Sir Conrad, what a card Sir Conrad is.
Yes.
Holy crap. Very, very nice. Again, now it will be very difficult to try to justify splashing black, since this is double black, and we need... This card is so good. I will say it works so well with Sephiroth.
Yeah.
So well with Sephiroth.
I would imagine so.
Behind Golbez, we have our first uncommon, an Ilmeg Pixie. Not bad. It definitely gets in. Surveil 1. Very, very nice. Good flyer early. Summon Fenrir is our second uncommon. Again, not for this deck, but a really nice card. Happy to have gotten it. And Overkill.
Yes.
Incredible card. Super happy to have it. Definitely not splashing black anymore. I don't think Overkill was what pushed it over the edge for us, to be honest. But now that we got the Through the Ages card in Sir Conrad / Golbez, I think this will just be our rare or mythic, but I guess let's test the theory. Our next card is... It is our rare in Jidoor, Aristocratic Capital. So notably, it is a land with an adventure, right? So it you could just play this, and it will enter tapped, and it will be basically an island. It is a town. Or you could pay 6 mana and make your opponent mill half their library rounded down. And then this card gets exiled because it's an adventure, and you can then play the land after that. It's a little expensive, I think, to try to do the 6 mana thing, but, and especially that late in the game in sealed, right? It's only a 40 card deck, so they're milling half their library, but you're not getting 20 cards, you're probably not getting 10 cards, you know? But still, milling half their library might be a good thing. So let me know in the comments below, would you play this land, Jidoor? I think I might. Behind it, our foil. Oh my god, that's a weird foil. Okay.
I don't like this one.
The birds are... Well, of course you don't. It's birds. Go watch our Video Games for All channel if you don't know why Amy doesn't like birds. Side quest, Raise a Chocobo, where both birds, the blue chocobo and the green chocobo, are in fact in foil. And don't forget, this is a flip card. So the flip side is also in foil in black chocobo.
Cool.
How about that foil? The water is in foil, the background's in foil.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Right?
Yeah, are the black ones more rare?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so because you breed, like it's harder to get, I forget which is better, blue or black, or blue or green, I mean. But one of them takes longer to get than the other. And then when you have one of each, you breed them together and get black. And then you're ultimately going for gold. Gold is the rarest.
And the only way you can get black is by breeding them together?
Correct.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, spoilers, I guess, or obviously we didn't do it in Final Fantasy VII, but we talked about it a bit. Dave walked us through it a bit. So, behind the Black Chocobo / side quest Raise a Chocobo, our land is a Windurst Federation Center. And of course, not only is it a dual land with green in it, but it also has white. And we are neither of these colors. So the land's not helping us at all in this opening. At all. And a hero / treasure token. 2 more packs to go in this opening. We've got... You would think that we're just done because we have 2 mythics already. They're on color. But no, we still have more to do. We have a Call the Mountain Chocobo. I mean, I would probably play it. Again, it's obviously much better in... landfall decks, right? The red and the green deck, because you make a bird with landfall. But it's still good, and the regular cost is 4, so it would work with Tela, and the flashback cost is 6, which still works with Tela. It's not over 8, but still, not bad at all. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Followed by a Kutrub Forayer. I mean, it does let you exile cards from a single graveyard, so from your opponent's graveyard, presumably. This card might be a 23rd. Like, I'm not super high on this card, but it's fine. You can play it and kill something that, like, blocked one of your things and, like, ate it or whatever. But again, we're not really attacking heavily in this deck, so who's to say? We have a Gubu Gardener.
Finally.
I was going to say, I feel like we haven't gotten any of these in this box,
No,
right?
yeah.
And I know you love this guy.
I do. Want to tickle that belly.
He was making you wait. He was hiding from you. But here he is. We have a Scorpion Sentinel. This card 100% gets in. It only cares about us having land to get bigger, but early game, it's a great blocker while we wait for our spells.
Okay.
Really, really good card. I love it. We have another Summon Chocomog, notably the second one of these, but again, we're not in white, and these, just because we have two of these doesn't pull us into white away from our 2 on-color mythics. So,
Yeah.
But still a cool card. We have another white Auracite. That's unfortunate, but a good card, obviously. Ooh.
Damn, that's good art.
The Imperial City of Arcades is a Wall of Omens. Really, really trying to tempt us with white in this pack.
Yeah.
I will not succumb to that temptation, but this art is gorgeous. Really, really pretty. And it's a 2-mana 0/4 defender that draws a card when it enters. Great card. But again, we're not playing it. Behind it, our first uncommon is Rufus Shinra. Not a bad card, but it is part white, so we're not playing it. But still, cool. And when he attacks, he makes Darkstar. The flip side of the Angelo dog token is Darkstar, which you can see here in the art on the left. We have Unexpected Request. So I don't love this type of an effect. We don't really have a lot of theft or sacrifice effects, which is what you typically want when you steal something, because otherwise, like, sure, maybe it helps you win the game. Also, it's 3 mana, so it's less than 4, so it's not great with Tela either. I'm kind of off this one personally. And an Orin's Inspiration. I love this art so much.
Yeah, it's very cool.
You have not gotten a chance to play Final Fantasy X yet, but you will. Over on Video Games for All, you can all check that out when it comes up. But this art is insane. I love it so much. It's very flavorful, but also just, I mean, look at how cool he looks like that in the background.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And so our next card, because that was 3 uncommons, is Sid, Timeless Artificer, in an art that we have not gotten yet from Final Fantasy VI, it looks like. Very nice. Again, not one that we're playing in this deck, but very cool that we got another Sid. I think that's our second one of the box, if I recall. Very, very cool.
Nice.
And so, our rare or mythic is an Edgar, King of Figaro.
Whoa.
It is a rare in our colors. It does care about artifacts we control, and it cares about flipping coins. Neither of which we have any cards that reference in any capacity so far that I can recall. Obviously, there's like Red Mage's Rapier and stuff like that. So like maybe incidentally we would have some, but this is a 6-mana 4/5. Like, of all of our high-costed stuff, this is probably the one that doesn't make the cut, even though it's an on-color rare. So
Wow.
just throwing that out there. Again, as always, folks, if you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. Behind Edgar, our foil is a foil common, Gran Pulse Ochu. I mean, this is a very good card. Obviously not for this deck, but... And the foiling pattern in the background isn't bad.
It's kind of okay.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I don't love it. It doesn't make the list of my favorite foils, but
Fair.
it's fine.
Okay. And then behind the Ochu, our land is a Trino Dark City. Finally, a land that we can actually use to help us. And it's interesting, right? Because I said, or am saying no to Edgar, it is possible that blue is our splash. And Trino would help us quite a bit, because we know that, like, we want to be heavier black now that we have Sephiroth and Sir Conrad. But maybe we're splashing blue, although obviously I'm looking at Tela, Kefka, and the Lunar Whale here, but they're each 1 blue pip apiece. And so hopefully by turn 4, when we get to the Lunar Whale, we would have that blue pip, and we have the land in Jador as well to help with that. So this could help us quite a bit if blue was our splash. So here's Trino Dark City. Very happy to have that. And we have a hero / bird token. First bird token of the video, interestingly.
Yeah.
Our last pack of this opening, of this sealed pool, and our second to last video for this box starts off with a very good card. Very helpful for our strategy in Undercity Dire Rat. If we're heavy or black and we're trying to splash, this card is exactly what we want. Get aggressive with it and attack. If they're aggressive, sit back and block and trade aggressively. Really, really nice. And we can get that treasure and help us cast our splash color later on. We have a Chocobo Kick. I never understood, do we know what it's kicking? This thing's mouth is huge. Whatever it is.
I can't tell.
Neither can I. It's very strange. We have a Dreams of Laguna again. I would absolutely play 2. This card is great. It's an instant. I love it. We have a Magitech Infantry. Okay, again, not for this deck, but I love that art. I really, really do. It, like, the split of the bottom half and the top half being so drastically different. The bottom half being so, like you're looking at 2 mirrors right across from one another and it like goes forever. Really, really cool. And it basically, it shows that it like goes to infinity with that light in the background, right?
Yeah.
That it could just go forever.
It's neat.
I like it.
Obviously, I'm thinking of like all those samurai sculptures.
Ooh, yes.
Right? I feel like that was the inspiration for this.
I love that. I love that a lot. That's very smart. Okay. Behind Magitech Infantry, we have a Warrior's Sword. I mean, again, this isn't exactly what the deck wants to be doing, but notably it is a 4-mana non-creature spell. So that would be quite helpful. It's just that then having a 4/3, it's not a great blocker because it's only got 3 toughness, but maybe. Who knows? If we need those non-creature spells, I would probably play it. It's just that, like, having a 4/3 creature would make me want to be more aggressive, and that's not what the deck would necessarily be trying to do. Next. A Sawagin. This cares about non-creature spells. It cares about 4 mana or more. To cast it, you can put a counter on it, and it can't be blocked. It's a 1/3, so it's a decent blocker to begin with. Absolutely gets in. Great, great card. And it's a common, so it works really well with our strategy. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, it's the first one we've seen, but still, in this opening. But still. We have a White Mage's Staff. Again, might work for our strategy, but not the right color. A Summon Anima. I have to say, I'm not as big of a fan of this card. It's fine. It's a little expensive, though. It's a 6-mana 4/4. You draw a card and lose a life. Then you draw a card and lose a life. Then you draw a card and lose a life. And then they sack a creature of their choice and lose 3 life. But they have like 3 turns to plan for having a creature that they don't care about to sacrifice.
That sounds bad.
Yes, and it's 6 mana, so it's very expensive.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely not worth it. It does have Menace, so it's like a 4/4 with Menace, so you can like play it and attack, but it's on turn 6. Presumably they have 2 creatures to throw in front of a 4/4 that like would trade with it the first time it attacked. So whatever. Anyway, I'm again kind of off of it, but as always, if you disagree, let us know in the comments and why. We have an Omega Heartless Evolution. This is not a bad card, but of course it's part green, so we won't be playing it in this deck, but it is a hell of a thing. I mean, my God, this thing is huge. And another green card in Tifa's Limit Break.
Nice.
I don't love the Limit Break cards personally. I think some of the tiered cards are okay. This would be a way to spend 8 mana, because the Final Heaven is 7 plus the 1 to actually cast the spell, so that would be 8, but again, it's green, and it's double green at that point if you're trying to do that. So definitely not what we're trying to do here in our Grixis deck. But behind our 3 uncommons, we have Ultimecia, Time Sorceress, who is a blue-black card, which we absolutely can and should play. And then we can pay 9 mana and exile 8 cards from our graveyard to transform Ultimecia into Ultimecia Omnipotent. 7/7 Menace, and when she transforms, take an extra turn after this one.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, well, anyway, like I said, that definitely gets in, no question, as far as I'm concerned. Behind it, our rare or mythic is a Realm Reborn. 6 mana. For this enchantment, it would allow other permanents we control to tap to add 1 mana of any color, any permanent, but not for this deck. It's very expensive regardless, but also definitely not for this deck. Behind it, our foil, our last foil of this video, is Grahatia.
Oh, in foil.
That's right. Somebody call Erica and Casey, our two friends who love this character. Love him. And it's actually looks, you're right, it's very gorgeous in foil. Wow. Yeah. Really, really nice, that background. Love that. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the colors, that like turquoise and purple with like little bits of pink.
Oh, yeah.
Those colors are just so pretty.
Yeah.
With the foil behind it.
I like it a lot. Really, really do. But obviously it doesn't make it into the deck, but it's a great, great card. That's awesome. Oh, and another Trino Dark City. I will absolutely play both of them. Great. Again, should help us splash blue. I still do feel, obviously we would have to check our commons and uncommons a little bit better, because I on the side here, I leave our rares and mythics, but based on our rares and mythics, it looks like blue should be our splash, maybe. And especially with these two duplicate towns, it would help us quite a bit if we could splash blue. And then our last art card. Oh my goodness. What is this? It's Summon Good King Mog the 12th. Okay. It's super cute.
It is.
Okay. That's really cute. Look at all the Moogles. Well, this video is going to come to a close, and I'm going to leave you looking. What else? But at Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, Alt Art Mythic from Final Fantasy VII. How sick is that?
And the flip.
Oh yeah, I was going to flip it. It is Sephiroth, One Winged Angel. And to your point from earlier, the red goes away when it flips, right? The red background. It's now a lot darker and spookier. Yes. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I truly hope everybody enjoyed. Please don't forget, you can check the links in the description down below for all of our information. We have our other 2 channels. We have our Discord link. We have our Patreon. If you're enjoying the things that we're doing and you want to support us, we do really appreciate it. Thank you so much. As well as links to our socials, specifically our 2 Instagram accounts. We'd love to see you there as well.
Yes.
And then on our live streams, we stream MTG Arena every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel, like I said. And then over on Video Games for All, we are live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we would love to see you there as well. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I've been Joe.
And I'm Mimi.
And as we always say, whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.